Once you turn 80, these 5 things happen whether you like it or not. Life after 80 often presents itself as a brand new chapter, but what many people don't realize is that the rules of the game change entirely, almost as if your body decided to switch playbooks without giving you a heads up. For many, this shift comes as a complete surprise, catching them off guard when they least expect it. If you're nearing this significant milestone, or if you have a cherished loved one who is, understanding what's coming can be an invaluable gift, a shield for your continued independence, and quite frankly, for your very life. There's a particular point in life, a subtle yet profound transition that quietly occurs around the age of 80, and it's a moment that almost no one is truly prepared for. It genuinely doesn't matter how incredibly strong you felt in your 60s, or how remarkably active you remained throughout your 70s. It makes no difference how many marathons you conquered, or how many push-ups you could effortlessly perform in your prime. The reality is, once you step across that invisible threshold into your 80s, your body embarks on an entirely different journey, governed by a new set of biological principles. And if you're not armed with a knowledge of what these new rules entail, they have the potential to take you by surprise in ways that can fundamentally alter the trajectory of your later years. As a doctor, one of the most disheartening experiences I encounter is witnessing this unpreparedness firsthand. So often, people arrive in my office confused, feeling a deep sense of frustration, and sometimes even genuinely scared. They'll look at me with worried eyes and say, "Doc, I felt absolutely fine just a year ago. What on earth happened to me?" It's then that I have the difficult yet crucial task of explaining that their body didn't do anything unexpected. It simply followed its natural, pre-programmed course. They just weren't equipped with the foresight or understanding to anticipate it. So my goal today is to ensure that this doesn't become your story or the story of someone you deeply care about. Whether you're already gracefully navigating your 80s, or approaching them with a sense of curiosity, or have parents or grandparents in this age bracket, the information I'm about to share could genuinely be among the most vital health insights you ever receive. I'm Dr. Ethan Parker, and on this channel, we're dedicated to discussing real, actionable health information that genuinely matters, especially for those of you enjoying your senior years. So if you haven't already, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell, because I regularly release content like this, and I truly don't want you to miss out on any valuable insights. Now, let's dive into this essential discussion, because what I'm about to reveal to you, few others will articulate with such directness. Understanding accelerated muscle loss. The very first change that typically begins to manifest once you turn 80, and this particular one catches almost everyone by surprise, is that your body starts to shed muscle mass at an astonishingly accelerated rate. This rate is unlike anything you've likely encountered before in your life. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, "Dr. Parker, I've been hearing about muscle loss since I was in my 50s. This isn't groundbreaking news." And you're absolutely right to an extent. The process of muscle loss, medically known as sarcopenia, does indeed commence as early as your 30s and gradually continues throughout adulthood. However, here's the critical nuance that most people fail to grasp. Between the ages of 30 and 70, the rate at which you lose muscle mass is generally quite slow and, crucially, manageable. During those decades, you might typically lose somewhere between 3 to 5% of your total muscle mass per decade. It's a subtle decline, often easily offset by a reasonably active lifestyle. But once you celebrate your 80th birthday, that number experiences a dramatic and concerning jump. We're no longer talking about a gentle decline. Instead, you could be facing the loss of up to 15% of your remaining muscle mass in just a single decade. In some unfortunate cases, this process can even accelerate faster. This condition of severe muscle loss after 80 isn't just an inconvenience. It becomes one of the most dangerous threats to your continued independence, your freedom of movement, and quite honestly, your very life. Let me explain why this matters with such urgency. Our muscles are far more than just what helps us look strong or enables us to lift heavy objects. They are the silent architects of your stability and the unsung heroes of your daily life. Your muscles are what keep you steadily upright as you navigate the world. They act as your built-in shock absorbers, swiftly preventing you from falling when you unexpectedly stumble over an uneven patch of sidewalk or a rogue rug. They are the powerhouses that allow you to rise effortlessly from a comfortable chair without needing assistance, to confidently climb a flight of stairs, to carry your own groceries from the car to the kitchen, and to perform countless other basic functions of daily living that younger individuals often take completely for granted. When your muscle mass dwindles below a certain critical threshold, and this is the aspect that truly concerns me as a physician, your risk of falling increases not just a little, but exponentially. And a fall when you're 80 years old is an entirely different beast than a fall at 40. At 80, a seemingly innocuous tumble can all too easily result in a broken hip. And a broken hip at that advanced age carries a mortality rate that would undoubtedly shock most people. Robust studies consistently demonstrate that approximately 20 to 30% of older adults who unfortunately suffer a hip fracture pass away within 1 year. This isn't typically from the fracture itself, but rather from the cascade of severe complications that often follow. The prolonged immobility, the increased susceptibility to infections like pneumonia, the dangerous formation of blood clots, and the swift overall decline in health that can result from being bedridden or severely restricted in movement for an extended period. So, what proactive steps can you take to counteract this serious threat? This is where I want to offer you genuinely practical, actionable advice rather than simply instilling fear. The remarkable truth is that resistance training, often thought of as an activity for the young, does not cease to be effective simply because you've reached 80 years of age. In fact, an overwhelming body of research has consistently shown that even individuals in their 80s and 90s can significantly build muscle and substantially increase their strength through appropriately designed and executed resistance exercises. I'm certainly not advocating for heavy deadlifts or trying to bench press twice your body weight. What I am talking about are simple, safe, and potentially supervised strength training routines. Think about exercises like chair squats, where you stand up and sit down from a sturdy chair. Using resistance bands for gentle but effective strength work. Engaging in light dumbbell exercises, or even utilizing your own body weight for movements that can make a tremendous positive difference. The absolute cornerstone here is consistency. To truly reap the benefits, you need to be engaging in some form of resistance exercise at least 2 to 3 times each week. Equally important, you must be consuming an adequate amount of protein. A significant number of seniors in their 80s are simply not consuming enough protein, and this dietary shortfall actively fuels the accelerated muscle loss. Aim for a daily intake of at least 1 gram of protein for every kilogram of your body weight. To optimize absorption and utilization, try to distribute this protein intake across all your meals throughout the day, rather than attempting to consume it all in one sitting. Your muscles absolutely depend on that steady, reliable supply of amino acids to maintain their existing structure and to effectively repair themselves after exercise. Think of protein as the essential building blocks and repair crew for your muscle tissue. Navigating changes in brain function. The second significant change that typically unfolds after the age of 80, and this one touches a deeply personal nerve for many individuals, is that your brain begins to process information in a subtly different manner. I want to be very precise and careful in how I explain this, because there's a crucial and often misunderstood distinction between normal age-related cognitive changes and the more serious condition of dementia. Far too often, people conflate the two, which leads to unnecessary panic and distress. After 80, it's considered entirely normal to experience what we term a slower processing speed. What this means in practical terms is that it might take you a little more time to recall a specific name, or a moment longer to pinpoint the precise word you're searching for in a conversation. You might also find that making a decision or solving a problem requires a slightly extended period of thought compared to when you were younger. It is absolutely vital to understand that this slower processing speed does not automatically mean you are developing Alzheimer's disease. It does not signify that you are losing your mind. This is, for most people, simply your brain operating with a fractional decrease in efficiency, which is a natural and expected part of the aging process, much like your hair might thin or your skin might wrinkle. However, and this is the truly important part, after the age of 80, the risk of developing actual dementia does increase quite significantly. By the time individuals reach the age of 85, statistics suggest that roughly 1 in 3 people will have some form of dementia. That is a truly staggering figure, and it's a reality that we simply cannot afford to ignore, but rather one we should prepare for. The brain, much like your muscles, thrives on exercise and consistent maintenance. The good news here is that the research on this front is incredibly encouraging and empowering. Studies have consistently demonstrated that individuals who actively maintain mental engagement, remain socially connected, and continue to be physically active exhibit significantly lower rates of cognitive decline when compared to those who adopt a more sedentary and isolated lifestyle. One of the most pervasive mistakes I observe in my patients over 80 is a gradual withdrawal from social activities. They might stop attending their regular church group, cease meeting friends for their customary lunch outings, or gradually discontinue their participation in beloved community events. This often leads to spending more and more time alone, frequently in front of the television. This social isolation is not just a feeling. It is one of the most powerful accelerators of cognitive decline that medical science is aware of. Your brain desperately needs stimulation. It thrives on lively conversation, embraces novelty, and requires ongoing challenges to stay sharp. So, if you are over 80, or if you know and care for someone in that age group, please, I urge you to encourage and facilitate social connection. Consider joining a book club, offering your time as a volunteer at a local organization, enrolling in a fascinating class at a community center, enjoying a game of cards with friends, tackling challenging crossword puzzles, or even embarking on the journey of learning a completely new skill. The specific activity itself is less important than the principle. It needs to keep your brain actively engaged and, crucially, keep you connected to other human beings. And let me add one more critically important aspect regarding brain health after 80 that many doctors might not emphasize as directly. Sleep becomes absolutely paramount. I understand that sleep patterns naturally tend to shift as we age, and many older adults grapple with issues like insomnia or fragmented sleep, where they wake up frequently throughout the night. However, it's during sleep that your brain performs vital housekeeping tasks, including clearing out toxic proteins, such as beta amyloid, which has been directly linked to Alzheimer's disease. If you are consistently not sleeping well, those detrimental proteins can accumulate at a faster rate, thereby increasing your risk of cognitive decline. Please do not simply accept poor sleep as an unavoidable part of aging. Speak with your doctor about your sleep concerns. There are numerous effective strategies and interventions available that can genuinely help, and these could make a profound difference in protecting the long-term health and vitality of your brain. Addressing bone fragility. The third significant change that occurs after 80, and this is another topic that many people prefer not to discuss, but one we absolutely must address, is that your bones become significantly more fragile. Now, much like muscle loss, the decline in bone density typically commences much earlier in life, often becoming particularly noticeable for women after menopause due to hormonal shifts. However, once you pass the 80-year mark, we frequently reach a point where the bones have lost such a substantial amount of density that even relatively minor impacts can lead to serious fractures. This advanced stage of bone thinning is known as osteoporosis, and it affects both men and women, although women are disproportionately impacted. Here's what makes the situation so inherently dangerous. Your bones aren't just becoming thinner, they're also undergoing critical changes in their internal structure. The intricate internal architecture of your bones, specifically the trabecular bone, which is the spongy inner network that provides much of the bone's strength and resilience, becomes increasingly porous and weak. This structural degradation means that something as seemingly innocuous as a simple stumble, bumping into a piece of furniture, or even, in severe cases, a forceful sneeze, can trigger a compression, fracture in your spine, or a debilitating fracture in your wrist or hip. And once you've experienced one fracture due to osteoporosis, your risk of suffering another fracture doubles or even triples, setting off a perilous cycle. So, what proactive measures can you take to safeguard your bones? First and foremost, if you haven't had one recently, make it a priority to get a bone density scan, often referred to as a DEXA scan. This simple test provides invaluable information about your current bone health, allowing you and your doctor to understand precisely where you stand. Second, ensure you are consistently consuming adequate amounts of calcium and vitamin D. Most adults over 80 require at least 1,200 milligrams of calcium daily and a minimum of 800 to 1,000 international units of vitamin D. Some individuals may even need higher doses, particularly if their blood levels of vitamin D are low. And trust me, a considerable number of seniors have insufficient vitamin D levels without even realizing it. Your doctor can easily check this with a simple blood test. However, beyond supplements, the single most effective thing you can do for your bones after 80 is to engage in regular weight-bearing exercise. This doesn't mean lifting barbells like a bodybuilder. It means activities that put gentle, positive stress on your bones against gravity. Think about consistent walking, standing exercises, gentle dancing, or even simply repeatedly standing up and sitting down from a chair. These types of activities send a crucial signal to your bones. They respond to this mechanical stress by reinforcing themselves, actively laying down new bone tissue and making existing bones stronger. Conversely, if you stop moving, if you become sedentary and inactive, your bones receive the signal that they are no longer needed for substantial support, and they will weaken at an even faster pace. So please, make a conscious effort to keep moving. Every single step you take is quite literally telling your bones to stay robust and strong. Combating the decline in balance and coordination. The fourth significant change that often emerges after 80 is a decline in balance and coordination. This is a phenomenon that I have seen devastate the independence and quality of life of far too many of my patients. While it is certainly related to the muscle and bone loss we've already discussed, it also stands as its own distinct and critical issue. After 80, the intricate systems within your body that are responsible for maintaining your balance begin to deteriorate in ways that can be genuinely frightening. Your inner ear, which houses your crucial vestibular system, the system primarily responsible for your sense of spatial orientation and maintaining equilibrium, becomes progressively less sensitive and less accurate. Simultaneously, your proprioception, which is your body's remarkable ability to sense where its limbs and body parts are in space without needing to look, also begins to decline. Adding to this complex challenge, your vision, which plays an enormous role in maintaining balance, frequently deteriorates further in your 80s due to common age-related eye conditions such as cataracts, macular degeneration, or glaucoma. When you combine all these factors, weaker muscles, more fragile bones, a less reliable vestibular system, declining proprioception, and worsening vision, you create a perfect storm for falls. And as I emphasized earlier, a fall at this advanced stage can be absolutely catastrophic, leading to a rapid loss of independence, injuries, and profound changes in lifestyle. The statistics regarding falls in adults over 80 are undeniably alarming. While roughly 1 in 3 adults over 65 experiences a fall each year, after the age of 80, that number climbs even higher and the potential consequences become far, far more severe. So, confronted with this significant risk, what effective strategies can we employ? The answer lies in balance training, and I truly cannot emphasize its importance enough. Balance training should become a non-negotiable, integral part of your daily routine if you are over 80. Simple, targeted exercises, such as standing on one foot, while maintaining a steady hold onto a sturdy chair for support, or performing heel-to-toe walking along a straight line can make a world of difference. Practices like Tai Chi or modified yoga adapted for seniors are also incredibly effective as they gently but powerfully train your brain and your body to collaboratively maintain stability and improve coordination. Here's what's truly encouraging and empowering. Balance can be significantly improved at any age. Even if you currently feel unsteady, even if you've already experienced a fall, you possess the capacity to regain substantial balance ability through consistent and dedicated training. I also want to bring up another crucial aspect that is often overlooked: a thorough medication review. Many older adults over 80 are taking multiple medications, and some of these can unfortunately cause side effects such as dizziness, lightheadedness, or drowsiness. All of these effects directly increase your risk of falling. Common culprits can include certain blood pressure medications, sleep aids, specific antidepressants, antihistamines, and even some pain medications, all of which can subtly or significantly impair your balance. If you are over 80 and frequently feel unsteady, please have an honest conversation with your doctor. Ask them to meticulously review every single medication you are taking, both prescription and over-the-counter, to assess whether any of them could be contributing to your balance problems. Sometimes a simple adjustment in dosage or a switch to an alternative medication can make a dramatic, positive difference in your stability. And please, do not allow pride or embarrassment to stand in the way of your safety and independence. If you need a cane, use a cane. If a walker provides better support and stability, use a walker. If you need grab bars installed in your bathroom for safer navigation, get them installed today. Not next week, not next month, but today. These assistive devices are not symbols of weakness or frailty. On the contrary, they are powerful tools that actively keep you safe, preserve your precious independence, and help keep you alive. I have witnessed far too many patients who, for fear of looking old, refuse to use assistive devices, only to suffer a devastating fall that permanently robbed them of their independence. Do not let that heartbreaking story become yours. Strengthening a weakened immune system. The fifth crucial change that typically unfolds after 80, and this might very well be the most important one of all in terms of overall health and survival, is that your immune system becomes significantly weaker. This complex process is known medically as immunosenescence, and it stands as one of the primary reasons why adults over 80 become so much more vulnerable to a wide array of infections, serious illnesses, and even certain cancers. Think of your immune system as a dedicated army that has been tirelessly fighting on your behalf your entire life. It has been battling countless bacteria, viruses, fungi, and detecting and eliminating abnormal cells for decades. But after 80, this valiant army begins to show signs of wear and tear. Your body starts producing fewer new immune cells, the existing ones you have become less effective at their jobs, and your inflammatory responses can become dysregulated, meaning your body might overreact to some threats while alarmingly underreacting to others. This decline in immune function is precisely why a simple cold or flu that a younger person might easily shake off in a few days can tragically land an 80-year-old in the hospital with severe complications. This is why pneumonia remains one of the leading causes of death in adults over 80, and it's why seemingly minor urinary tract infections, UTIs, which are relatively benign in younger adults, can trigger profound confusion, delirium, and serious systemic complications in elderly patients. Your immune system, quite simply, does not possess the same formidable firepower it once had. So, what proactive steps can you take to robustly support your immune system after 80? Several key things. First, nutrition becomes even more critically important. Your body absolutely requires an adequate supply of essential vitamins and minerals to maintain optimal immune function. Key nutrients like vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and selenium are all vital for a healthy immune response. Eating a varied and colorful diet, rich in fresh fruits, abundant vegetables, lean proteins, and wholesome whole grains, provides the fundamental building blocks your immune system desperately needs. Unfortunately, many seniors over 80 experience a diminished appetite or face difficulties preparing nutritious meals, which can lead to nutritional deficiencies that further compromise their immunity. Second, stay diligently up to date on your vaccinations. I understand that there are many different opinions and perspectives about vaccines circulating, and my purpose here is not to engage in a political debate. My role is to share the clear medical reality. Vaccines, such as the annual flu shot, the pneumonia vaccine, and the shingles vaccine, can genuinely be life-saving for adults over 80. While your immune system may not respond as robustly to vaccines as a younger person's might, even a partial immune response offers significantly better protection than no protection at all. Please have a candid conversation with your doctor about which vaccines are specifically recommended for your age group and your particular health situation. Third, and this circles back beautifully to everything else I've been emphasizing, stay physically active. Consistent, moderate exercise has been unequivocally shown to boost immune function, even in older adults. Engaging in regular physical activity increases the efficient circulation of immune cells throughout your body, helps to reduce chronic inflammation, which itself suppresses immunity, and significantly improves your overall resilience against infections. You certainly don't need to commit to running a marathon. A brisk daily walk, some gentle stretching, or light resistance exercises are more than sufficient to provide your immune system with meaningful, tangible support. And I want to highlight one more exceptionally important point about the immune system after 80. Chronic stress and profound loneliness directly suppress immune function. A growing body of compelling research consistently demonstrates that socially isolated elderly adults exhibit significantly weaker immune responses compared to those who maintain strong, positive social connections. Loneliness is not merely an emotional problem, it is a profound biological stressor. It elevates levels of the stress hormone cortisol, increases systemic inflammation throughout the body, and actively suppresses the activity of your natural killer cells. These natural killer cells are vital immune cells responsible for detecting and destroying cancerous cells and virus-infected cells. So once again, staying connected, staying engaged, and remaining an active part of a community is not just beneficial for your mental well-being, it is, in a very real sense, essential for your physical survival and immune resilience. Embracing your later years with vigor. Now, I want to take a moment to say something that I believe needs to be articulated more frequently and with greater conviction. Turning 80 is absolutely not a death sentence. It is not, by any means, the definitive beginning of the end. I am incredibly fortunate to have patients in their 80s and even some in their 90s who are wonderfully vibrant, impressively active, remarkably sharp, and deeply engaged with every aspect of life. They aren't superhuman beings, nor are they simply genetically lucky outliers. They are, quite simply, individuals who have chosen to take their health seriously, who have remained consistently active, who have nurtured and maintained their vital social connections, who have prioritized eating well, who have partnered proactively with their doctors, and who have embraced a stubborn, resolute refusal to accept decline as an inevitable fate. Yes, the 5 significant changes I've thoroughly discussed today are undeniable biological realities. They will, to some degree, unfold whether you welcome them or not. Your muscles will naturally tend to weaken, your brain's processing speed will gradually slow, your bones will become inherently more fragile, your balance will likely experience some decline, and your immune system will indeed become less effective. These are inherent biological realities of aging. However, and this is the profoundly empowering message, the degree to which these changes affect you, the speed at which they progress, and most importantly, the impact they ultimately have on your overall quality of life and independence, that is largely, wonderfully within your control. Every single day, you are presented with a powerful choice. You can choose to simply sit back, allow these natural changes to overtake you, and passively accept a diminishing quality of life. Or you can choose to actively fight back with consistent movement, with thoughtful nutrition, with enriching social connections, with invigorating mental stimulation, with diligent medical care, and with an unyielding, stubborn refusal to give up on yourself and your potential. I have personally witnessed 80-year-olds who move with more grace and strength than some 60-year-olds I know. I have seen 90-year-olds whose minds are sharper and more inquisitive than people half their age. Age truly is just a number, but how you choose to age, that is a conscious and powerful decision that you make every single day. If you found this video helpful and genuinely believe it offers valuable insights, and I truly hope that you did, please do me a profound favor and share it widely with someone who desperately needs to hear this important information. Share it with your parents, your grandparents, your beloved friends, your neighbors, or anyone in your life who could benefit. This information has the genuine potential to change someone's life for the better and perhaps even save it. Please take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave me a comment below telling me what specific health topic you would like me to cover next. I personally read every single comment, and your thoughtful feedback is instrumental in helping me create content that truly serves your needs and interests. This is Dr. Ethan Parker, reminding you that it is never, ever too late to take proactive control of your health and well-being. Your body is far more resilient and capable than you might think, but it absolutely needs your active help and consistent support. Give it the movement, the nourishing nutrition, the restorative rest, and the compassionate care it so richly deserves, and it will carry you further and with more vitality than you ever imagined possible. Take excellent care of yourselves, and I eagerly look forward to seeing you in the next video.